Hello and welcome back to the channel. So, it's Trad Tuesdays, and today's beer, or tonight's beer, or morning, afternoon, it's night time here where I am. It is a beer by the oldest brewery in the UK, and it's Shepherd Neame. Now, as always, a bit of background about the brewery before we have a taste of the drink. This is a 1698 beer, which you can pick up, I think, in most or all supermarkets. So it's readily available, it really is. Shepherd Neame, Britain's oldest brewery, Faversham Brewery. Now, records go further back than 1698, the year that basically the brewery was started. History books say that it was Monk's Brewing, less than like a quarter of a mile away from where the actual brewery is, but they can't pinpoint it exactly. But there was definitely brewing going on in Faversham. They said that there was 86 women known to be alewives, that was what they was named as, women that brewed, selling beer from their homes way before 1698 as well. 1698, Richard Marsh bought Faversham Brewery from some executors, and that's the official start of a brewing history. Richard passed away. The brewery was passed to his son Richard, who sadly died a year later, which is, it was tragic, leaving a widow, Mary. Now, Mary remarried in 1732 to Samuel Shepherd, so starting to come together. Sam passed the brewery on to his sons, and then on to another son, and it just kept on going. And then Henry Jr. basically took over the brewery, and he then got a partner to come on board called John Mayers, and he was a hop farmer. Sorry, his brother-in-law was a hop farmer, and he then joined. So there was a few of them. So he had Shepherd, he had his his brother-in-law, and then he had another brother-in-law who was Percy Neame, and now he joined in 1864. So Shepherd and Neame was coming together. 1875, Henry Shepherd passed away, leaving Percy Neame as the sole proprietor. 20 years later, he was joined by his son, so the Neame family basically took it over from the Shepherd's family. 1913, Percy, he died, and in 1914, the Shepherd Neames became a limited company with all Neame children as shareholders. So you can see where I'm going with this. It's basically, the reason for me doing these breweries first is because they are traditional brewers, independently owned, and family. There's a core all the way through. That's what I'm doing. The first lot of these Trad Tuesdays is all about independent brewing, traditional brewing, and a family core all the way through. So then 1958, Bishop's Finger was brewed, named after a signpost to a tomb. 1968, Shepherd Neame became the first regional brewer to make a lager called, I don't know if I'm saying this right, Hurleyman. Not too sure if I'm saying that right. That was in 1968. Following that, 1990, Shepherd Neame brewed Spitfire for the 50th anniversary of the Battle of Britain. 2005, Bobby Neame retired and Jonathan Neame became CEO. So in 2003 he became CEO, and then he took over in 2005 from Bobby. So that's Jonathan. 2006, Shepherd Neame won a Queen's Award named Best UK Family Business. And today, Shepherd Neame produces 50 million pints annually, that is. It exports to 35 countries, brews under licence for Sam Adams, which is their Boston lager. They've got 300 pubs in the southeast and London area, and Jonathan is still at the helm. So their beers, what beers they've got different brands within Shepherd Neame. They've got a branding called Bear Island, which is US and UK hopped beers coming together. They've got a pale, East Coast pale, and they've got a triple hop lager. They've got one called the Master Brew. This is beers now that Shepherd Neame got. Master Brew, Bishop's Finger, Spitfire, a 5-grain lager, an IPA, which is a traditional style IPA, a Christmas ale, and a double stout. Now, the one I'm drinking, 1698, that's a Kentish ale, and that's got the protected geographical indication. Basically, the same as like champagne and Parma ham has. First brewed in 1998, basically for the 300-year anniversary. And it says it's thrice hopped, but just a little bit in one of my books, because I always turn to my books because I like to get a little bit more info. I'll read this little snippet here. It says in 1998, when Shepherd Neame marked its 300th anniversary, it launched its commemorative beer, simply called 1698. It's not this one though. It was packaged in tall, dark brown bottles and was fearsomely strong at 10.5%. It sold for a year and was then withdrawn. So this is basically a weaker version of the original 1698, which was brewed in 1998. A few years later, a decision was made to resurrect 1698 with some subtle but important differences. The beer was chosen to be Shepherd Neame's new bottle conditioned beer. It's bottle conditioned. The company had overhauled its bottling line and improved microbiological standards in the bottling hall. The new 1698 differs from the previous version in that it's thrice hopped. This means target hops go early in the copper for bitterness, golden hops are added for late aroma, and then yet more golden is hurled into the whirlpool as the beer is being strained and ready for fermentation. When 1698 resurfaced, it was, basically it had rave reviews. So it's going to be interesting. So let's get into the beer. So a little bit about Shepherd Neame. The reason why it's on here for me is because it's still a traditional, independent, family-owned brewery. So let's get into it. Let's pour this. Kentish ale, never knew it was like champagne. It had this EOD geographical thing. So I couldn't call it one of my homebrews a Kentish. I could call it a style of Kentish ale. Let's get it in now. I'm expecting this to be dark. I've never had it before, so I don't know. I really don't know. I've not read anything on the bottle either, but I'll try and read that in a minute. Kentish strong ale. Strong ales to me just come out, I think, dark. I really do. Dark amber, rich mahogany, something like that. Let's see. Well, I was expecting a bit darker, if I'm totally honest. I was expecting a bit darker. This is mahogany, rich mahogany for sure. Put it in the my old style pot. And there we go. In there. And what did I say this was percentage wise? I think it's quite substantial. 6.5% bottle conditioned beer. And I'm telling you, there's nothing at all. There's a little bit possible, something at the bottom there, but nothing came out into the glass. There's my fantastic glass again. So what have we got here? We've got a nice golden, just go into mahogany, slight colour. We've got a white head, nice white, only a small head, not much foam on there at all. Let's get the aroma. Okay, what do I get there? I suppose there is some hop notes there. There's hop notes, so a bit floral, a little bit grassy, and then definitely getting like a caramel, definitely 100% caramel, toffee aromas from the malts. I'm not really getting any, at this stage, any biscuity or bready. The caramel and the toffee is quite strong in the aroma there. So, cheers. Let's get a taste. Apologies for the dog next door. You can taste it, it's strong, first of all. But what I really do like about that is I'm tasting the hops. I'm tasting British hops. I'm tasting hedgerow flavours, which is very strange. So what I'm saying by hedgerow flavours is like a little bit of fruitiness, like a little bit of the blackberry, a little bit of gooseberry, and a little bit of like an apple, like a crab apple. Very strange, I know, but that's what I'm getting. I'm getting like hedgerow fruit flavours. And then you're getting this on the tongue, you're getting like a nice bitterness, which is just staying around, sort of a zingy bitterness, a little bit citrusy. That is a lovely beer. I'm ashamed to say that I've never tried it. I don't know why. I don't know. I think maybe the bottle has put me off, or the fact, it's not that expensive. So I was expecting something, the quality wise, to be quite cheap, and it isn't. It's definitely not cheap quality. It's got lots of flavour. Let's go again. You're getting that. You're getting the toffee. You're getting the caramel, but you're getting a lovely, superb hop taste. British hops at their best. Now, Kent is well known for growing hops, and that quality of them hops is shining through that beer. That is lovely. Honestly, I'm not pulling your leg. If you've not had 1698, go out and get it. I think it's about £2 a bottle, which is absolutely superb. 6.5%. Where you're not going to get many 6.5% beers with lots of flavour for £2 in your supermarket. That is a cracker for me. I'll be honest, I didn't know what to expect. I thought, am I going to like this? But I really do. It's really, really nice. There's some tasting notes in this book as well. And let's see what that actually says. Probably totally different than what I'm saying. This big, smooth, copper-coloured ale has an inviting aroma of malt, pear drop candies. Now I said crabapple. And gently grassy hops, definitely. Bitterness develops in the drying finish with malt, hops and fruit. Honestly, I haven't read that, and that is what it's delivering. It is a really good beer, 1698. I'll definitely be picking this up again. My eyesight is terrible. The writing on here is minute. I need a magnifying glass, a bit like Raggy. Bottle conditioned Kentish strong ale. Just saying about fermenting in the bottle. Only local hops, malted barley, glucose syrup, and water from our artisan well are used to brew 1698 bottle conditioned Kentish strong ale. Hops are added thrice times. Yeah, and we've already mentioned that. Fine mill bottle, 6.5%. It's got colour here, auburn, roasted fruit, hoppy smell. I was getting toffee, caramel, yeah, because that's roasted. And taste, rich, fruity, and warming. They say warming, and I think you do feel a little bit of that, going on there. 6.5%. So I'll have to be careful with this. But I am so glad I'm doing this series, because I have come across a beer I probably would never have tried. Honestly, I don't think I would have tried it. And because I'm doing this, I've tried it and I've enjoyed it, and I'm pleased, like the other traditional beers and breweries I've been looking at. So it just goes to show you've got to give these breweries, a bit of a chance as well. But yeah, definitely worthwhile. Okay, I'm just now waffling. Cheers, and I'll see you on the next one.